I'm sure many of you by now would have agreed that remote jobs are there for your hunting. However, before you start applying for these jobs, you have to make sure you know what you are getting into. The most important question you will ask yourself today is, why would you want to work remotely? Hi, Felix here. 5 years ago, if you mentioned remote jobs, only a few professions come to mind. It was a very limited space which only a few roles were suitable for, like customer service or sales support. However, in recent times, you have seen roles ranging from coders to even fitness instructors appearing in this space. And that volume will only grow with the enforced business continuity plans, forcing jobs to be redesigned to fit remote functions. With over 80% of employers planning to increase their flexible workforce, it is no wonder that more workers are taking control of their profession and moving their contributions online, serving employers at more flexible hours. However, a remote job is extremely different from an in-office position. Regardless of job scope, while it offers you flexible hours and ability to create a unique schedule, it has to come with a result of increased productivity. How then do you know if you are ready to begin the hunt? The first thing that you have to identify is your objective for wanting to move into remote work. There are usually three main reasons for this shift: for family flexibility, work-life balance, or freedom. For those of you with children, you will definitely agree that getting your child up, washed and dressed before the school bus rolls up is a huge challenge on its own. By the time you get started with your day, you are already half drained from sending your kids off to school. And that is all before you stare in the face of a long commute to work. Needless to say, you're not the freshest stepping into work in the morning. Now imagine if you had the flexibility to focus on getting your child ready for school without worrying that you will be late for work. I'm sure that already that will take a huge weight off your shoulders. The family flexibility that remote working offers allows you to make responsible decisions for your family without compromising on your work commitments. If this is your driving force for wanting a remote job, you want a career that doesn't judge you or force sacrifice just because you cannot get into an office. Another buzz phrase that has been thrown around so often is work-life balance. This phrase has gained notoriety as something that millennials chase blindly. Just when many of us have inevitably come to accept that work-life balance is a myth, remote working has provided a means to that end. For a company to even consider remote hiring, they must have great confidence in your maturity and motivation. These companies value productivity more than seeing you sit on your seats in the office. And this means that you can adjust your work needs and your personal needs accordingly. If your objective behind hunting a remote role is to achieve work-life balance, then the added incentive of being able to pursue your own personal goals once you are done with your tasks will serve to increase your productivity. You might also be motivated by the seeming freedom that remote work presents. With remote work, you are able to customize your schedule and work during your most productive hours. This allows you to use the other dead spaces or less productive time slots to pursue self-improvement. Remote working offers you the freedom to sharpen your skills on the side with courses or to simply work for a certification. These are all opportunity costs to working in a traditional work environment, as the daily commute and literal hawk watching over your back forces you to stare at the screen regardless of your productivity. Your objective here, of course, is to translate the ensuring freedom into a happier mindset, which keeps you fulfilled and more productive at work. As I'm running through the above points, you realize that I keep coming back to how achieving these wellness objectives will lead to higher levels of productivity. The reason is simple: to prepare your answer for when the hirer asks, why would you want to work remotely? It is not enough to just stop at how much happier you will be. The companies are not paying you to be the happiest person alive. Once you identify your objectives during the interview, you will then be able to successfully link how remote work is much more productive for you than a traditional role. Be clear and honest and show how if you are happier, you'll be more productive. That is the keyword that remote hirers want to hear. Remote working is merely a means to an end. It is a role that is able to provide you with the lifestyle that you desire. It allows you to take control rather than be victims of circumstances. If you would like more tips and advice from us, click on the link below to join our tribe, where you and your peers can discuss the points above and value add each other in your pursuit of a remote career. Of course, I will also be sharing more day-to-day tips to bring you towards success. I'll see you there in our tribe.